Shalom, shalom. Anakna wahai barsha Allah walakim la'atam. Kal shabawai b'haracha wa kakshaw. Yahweh b'hasham, Yahweh Shah. Hey, we the Hebrew Israelites coming to you week in and week out through the spirit and power of Yahweh b'hasham, Yahweh Shah. To preach to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, Haitians, and Israelite foreigners. Nacham atam kaya hamlak watashamayim korab. Repent, yea, for the kingdom of heaven is at hand. Call halayim la, Yahweh b'hasham, Yahweh Shah. B'hasham v'cha hakodash. Wa mashana kabadim dukwim nawa. Wa mala'akim shoya shalaz dukwim v'cha gadawa. Wa chasa wa shalom. Wa barakim. Laha b'chayim. Shoha gabiyash ala shalom. Alright, so all praise to the Most High Yahweh, which means He exists. Bahasham, in the name Yahweh Shai delivers. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Israel, the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and mercy, peace, and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. Shalom, which means peace. So, this is a article on RT. It says U.S. Banking Contagion spreads to Asia. Alright, it says Asia's leading stock index erased all of its gains for the year on Tuesday as bank stocks continue declines triggered by the collapse of a growing number of U.S. financial establishments. All right, being that, it's a whole banking change from, like the SVB and major banks switching up how they do things because they pretty much had a decline in like the economy. All right, because this place, it was built to, it was made to fail. All right, that's why inflation is super high. All right, back in like the 70s, 80s, the good old days, so to speak, for Esau, you can get things for fairly cheap. But now things are so inflated going into hyperinflation, because the economy is taking a hit. All right. And now, not only that, the scriptures say that the nations, take on the spirit of the ones, or the world takes on the spirit of the ones in power. Let's get that real fast. This is Bon Sirach, chapter 10. And verse 1, it says, a wise judge will instruct. It says, Salah, where's it at? Yep, right there. It says, a wise judge will instruct his people, and the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right, so when the elect is in rulership, starting with Hamashiach Yahweh Shah, being that wise judge, we're going to be instructed. All right. It says, will instruct his people because we're going to, the law, statutes, and commandments are going to be upheld. It says, in the government of a prudent man is well ordered. All right. Being done decently and in order. All right. From the law, statutes, and commandments. All right. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers. And what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. All right. So when going like to Proverbs 29:2, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. You see, because it's well ordered, the people are instructed, and benevolence is shown, going into that kindness, all right, and that goodwill. You see, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn, and that's because it's not well ordered. All right, it says, and the judge of the people, and as the judge of the people is, so is his, as the judge of the people is himself. All right, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. So the people take on the traits and the spirit of the person that's in rulership. You see, so the things that the person that's in rulership does, that's what their subordinates are going to do. You see, going into how some traits of their spirit, as well as how they run things. So pretty much, since so-called white man is in rulership, he makes the rules. All right, being that he makes the rules, those that in his society has to abide by those rules. All right, and even though these other nations have their own land, so to speak, they still got to abide by what the so-called white man has to put out. All right, and who spearheads, who's at the top right now, who that's being taken down, is Babylon. All right, and the reason I want to bring that out is because going into this, it said that basically they were affected by the fall of the U.S. financial establishments. All right. And that's because they spearhead the world right now. All right. But I'm not going to go into this whole article. I just wanted to get, some key points. It says, bank stocks in Japan fell sharply on Tuesday, with Tokyo listed shares of Mitsubishi UFJ Financial Group facing an 8.59% decline. Sumitomo Mitsui Financial Group shed 7.57%. Mizuho Financial Group dropped 7.14%, and tech-focused giant SoftBank Group lost more than 4%. All right. It says concerns of a global economic rout continue to put pressure on the region, which are more value-focused. Instagram analyst Yep June Rong wrote in a note on Tuesday. All right, it says concerns of a global economic route. All right, and which shows you that all of these. I'm gonna keep going. It says investors continue to unload bank stocks on fears of a overspill effect from the collapse of 3 U.S. lenders. See, even after regulators announced emergency measures to protect depositors. Hey, so being that it's all tied together. All right, and when Babylon goes, the whole economy is going to go with it. You see, because everything was playing off that USD. That's why everybody's switching over to another type of currency. All right, let's get a quick precept. This is the Hayim Psalms 37 and verse 35. It says, I have seen the wicked in great power, spreading himself like a green bay tree. All right, not only did the wicked do this, but he also spreads his philosophy. You see, so he's in rulership of the world, you see, but he also has like garrisons out there, and embassies, to monitor these other nations. All right. And making sure that these other nations are abiding by, their way of life. All right. And what is that way of life? Let's get that really quick. This is Habakkuk, also Habakkuk chapter 2 and verse verse 6, verse 5. It says, yet also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, Esau Edom. Neither keepeth at home. He spread himself like a green bay tree. Set up his McDonald's, his malls, and everything that he does. It says, it says, neither keepeth at home. He's always into other people's affairs. Who enlargeth his desire as hell, and as his death, it cannot be satisfied. And what does he do? He set up different laws and legislations and stuff like that to justify himself to go into these Middle Eastern countries, to find weapons of mass destruction. When he goes in there for a whole nother agenda, i.e. like oil, gold, silver. He'll find out something is there, and then he'll put it into legislation to go and get it. You see, he can't be satisfied, man. He already has the world under his grips, you see, but he has to have more. It says, which he's been successful in doing that in the past, but he just keeps on going. It says, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is his death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. All right. Is that not America, Babylon the Great, a melting pot? Heapeth unto him all people. Let's see what this says. It says, NLT. It says, he gathers to himself all nations and takes captive all the peoples. And that's what happens. They come up under this man's rulership. All right. Ultimately, everybody is under the so-called white man's rulership, you see. But a lot of times they come to America seeking a so-called better life, quote unquote. All right. It says, heapeth unto him all people that melting pot. Shall not all these take up a parable against him, and a taunting proverb against him, and say, woe, destruction to him that increaseth that which is not his. His word should be awaya for destruction, or woe, or hawaya. It says, hawaya to him that increaseth that which is not his. Write them different laws. They're like, all right, we're going to move on this. It says, how long? And to him that ladeth himself with thick clay. And that thick clay represent Ibatyat. All right. It says, thick clay. I bought yacht. Wedge of pledges, heavy debts. This system is based off of heavy debts. All right, to give a pledge for a debt. All right, I'll pay you. I'll pay you this. I'll pay you that. And what is the FRN? Federal bank notes. It's basically a IOU because it's not backed by anything. You see, and being that everybody goes off of this man's system, the USD is falling. You see, and pretty much the whole world has a system set in place, pretty much coinciding with the MOTB. You know, if you look at China damn near already set up. You know, they got a social credit system. You see, pretty much we in that transition right now. All right, that's why it says U.S. banking contagion spreads. That's not a coincidence, man. They want to do that. You know, it's only going to continue. You see, so right now we in that transition, man. Things is going to get worse before they get worse. You see, so Lord's will that was edifying. I don't want to Zabana Yapa. Lord's will that was a beautiful edification through the Spirit. Call Halayim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shah Ba'Hashem Chakodash. Hey, double honor to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone that told me the truth and rule well. And much respect to you brothers out there pushing the truth with all righteousness. Necessary. Shalom, shalom. How you want to watch? Shalom.